Hi, folks. I'm Vic Luger, Chairman and CEO of Hope for Heroes. We called the press conference today because we want to announce a very large charitable event we're doing for veterans here in Brevard County. It's the largest event of its kind in the county. It's called Salute to Heroes All-Star Weekend. It starts November 30th out at Durand Golf Course with a celebrity pro-am with a number of ex-MLB and NFL players like Jay and Lincoln here, followed by an all-star game, which is really the crown jewel this whole weekend. An all-star game we're going to do right here at Space Coast Stadium thanks to the Manatees. And that game's going to basically feature a bunch of ex-NFL and MLB legends playing an all-star team of combat veterans, all for charity. And the idea being is that it's a parade in a box. It's our way of putting a bunch of fans in the stands, having an all-star type game concept, complete with the home run derby, where folks can honor our veterans in a way that's fun and rewarding and great for the community as well. All of this, we're very grateful for, is brought on by Victory Casino. They're our title sponsor, and it's all presented in their name, so we're extremely grateful to them. So the weekend is Salute to Heroes All-Star Weekend presented by Victory Casinos. And again, the core mission is to salute and honor our veterans throughout Brevard County, fill the stadium full of fans. The game is 100% free to the public. We're giving away 10,000 tickets. You do not have to pay to attend this all-star game, which is a great, great thing, again, for the community and more importantly for our men and women who serve. The idea being the more folks that are out here clapping and paying attention to them and honoring them, then we're doing our job, and that's the right thing for the charity to do. I want to take a quick second and introduce my national spokesperson who's been with me the last 4 years in a number of games we've done around the country, and let him share some of his thoughts, and that's Jay Johnstone, former Major League legend, 4 World Series rings. I would probably be better off announcing the teams that he did not play for than the teams that he did play for, because it's that many, but I'm going to turn it over to Jay.
Well, thank you, Vic. It was really a pleasure. It only cost me 50 cents a piece to get those rings out of the bubblegum machines. But, I'm very humbled to be the national spokesperson. When I first went down to San Antonio and met the people down there and talked to some of the guys that have been injured in action and met some of their generals and got a tour, but took me on a tour around the places, and then they asked me to be the spokesperson. Took me about all of 3 seconds to say yes, because as a former Marine and a gentleman that has really been behind some of our military guys coming back. Seems like sometimes these guys come back and they get forgotten, lost with what they've done for our country. And so this is a way for us, like Lincoln and myself, who've been very fortunate to play in a major league sport, to give something back, not only to the community, but to our veterans that have done so well, and some of them that never made it back. My dad was a first sergeant in the Army, and so I know a little bit about what the military is like. He would.
That's why we get along so well, because I'm a retired first sergeant also. That's why we get along so well.
He had some troubled times when he came home and didn't want to discuss a lot. But as he got older, we talked a lot about it. And so when I went in the Marine Corps, he thought I was nuts, which so did everyone else. But it was the best training that I've ever had in my career, better than any baseball training I've ever had. And I attribute that time in the Marines to why I was able to play over 20 years in major leagues with no major injuries from that training. And so it's a way for me to give something back and to meet different people and go out and do something for somebody else. And my mom was a big proponent in me growing up, saying that as you get older and you benefit in life, make sure you pay back and give something to others.
All right. I want to turn it over next to Lincoln Coleman. Lincoln played with the Dallas Cowboys. Had 2 Super Bowls back in the 90s, so again, I'm surrounded by 4 rings on the right and 2 rings on the left. Some serious professional athletes who really care about our veterans, and I want to share the microphone with Lincoln for a couple minutes.
All right. Thank you for coming out. I got my first opportunity to do this event in New Jersey. And Vic brought me out on the field, and he talked to me about how intense the veterans get about playing in this game. And I said, okay, I understand what you're saying, And then I watched the players get, bad in practice. And I watched the players, throw the ball around a little bit. And when that game got started, it was just like we were, it was the Sox against the Yanks. It was serious business. And just the pride and the love that these guys had, to play the game against some guys is, even against Jay, They really wanted to be out there and play against people as a fan, I'm a fan first, play against our heroes, guys that went out there and they've, blood, sweat, and tears and done it on a major level, and they win a bunch of rings like Jay, and win a couple of rings, in other sports. So this is absolutely awesome. I got an opportunity to do a job fair for our veterans, and I've seen how they had an opportunity to come out and see a bunch of different companies come out and say, you know what, we want what you did for us. We want that hard work, the dedication, the discipline. We want that in our business. And they got an opportunity to go out with resumes and to find employment. What Hope for Heroes do for our veterans is absolutely awesome. There's whatever he needs me to do, I'll do, and without hesitation, and that's why I'm here. My father, he was an Air Force man, and he was in the Vietnam War. I have cousins who have done tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. I have friends who are over there right now. I have family who's over there right now. And there's no way I could not be here and do what this man and my man Jay do for our veterans. So I thank you for letting me come out and be a part of this.
All right, I want to say two more quick things. First, this is not possible in any community we go to. We're headquartered here in Brevard. I moved the foundation from San Antonio to Brevard County. I grew up in Florida. So for me, this is a home game now. This is a big, big deal for me to do this game here because this is ground zero now for me. This is home turf. I will say unequivocally, though, this has a lot of moving parts, and we can't do this alone. This is a big deal for our veterans. That's why we do this. There's not any parades going on around the country. After 12 years of war, we're not doing parades.
No.
We have to do something to honor them. But I can't do it without you. We all have a part in this. My charge to you in the media is to tell our story and let the community know that we're doing this for our veterans, and most important of all, it's free. Come on out and enjoy the game. Come out and be a part of the events. Come out and share in what we're going to do and what you just heard from these two gentlemen and how great this is. Because when we're out there on that ball field, it is an absolutely fantastic 3-hour experience. That said, as far as other moving parts and this not being able to be possible, there's dollars involved. And for us, we've been very fortunate that Victory Casino has got such a huge presence that they've wanted to take in the community. I want to turn the mic over to them for a minute because they're really making this all possible for us. And I want to let them to kind of share a few words as to why they're doing that and why they're involved and kind of their thoughts.
Wait a minute, before you do that, Vic, tell the folks where, when the money we do raise, how it's spent and where it goes to help our veterans.
Yes, thank you. Great question. Great question. Our core focus at Hope for Heroes is jobs, training, scholarships. Right now, there are plenty of programs that provide our veterans through either the new GI Bill or vocational rehab through the VA, programs to get a college degree, 4-year program. However, there's nothing out there right now that serves the stopgap need of someone who says, I don't have 4 years that I can go to college. I've got a wife and 2 kids. I just got injured downrange, and I need to start making money. Our program and these events let us write checks for $500 to $1,000 to go out there and get your real estate license, to go out there and get certified in HVAC, to do things where you can say, I need to get trained right now, but there's no program that'll pay for that. So that's the core focus of what these events do and what the charity does as far as overall. The secondary focus, of course, obviously is to put on a parade in a box, is to honor our men and women who serve because that has to happen. We owe that to them. With that said, then I want to turn it over to Victory and just kind of let them share their thoughts and why they got involved. And like I said, I've thanked them personally, but I want to let them. So, Pete?
All right, it's certainly an honor to be sitting at this table with these two distinguished gentlemen. Vic came to us 2 months ago, something like that, and said, hey, I'm doing a great event in Brevard County, and what do you guys think about helping us out with this? And your 3 seconds it took you to figure out if you wanted to help out. It took me maybe 2 seconds to think that we at Victory Casino wanted to certainly get behind this. It's an event in our backyard. It's for a fantastic cause. I have 2 brother-in-laws that were Marines as well. It's a very good cause, and we are definitely behind the cause. We're glad to be a part of it, and anything we can do to make this a huge, successful event, we want to do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.